What's up, YouTube? Brett Hoover from Rants here. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave that comment down below. All right, so according to Grace Randolph, a popular YouTuber who usually has some really good takes, really interesting takes, and really knows a lot about the inside scoops of things, she is saying that the Flash movie will erase Ben Affleck's Batman and Henry Cavill's Superman from the DCEU. Now, as someone who used to really seriously be a big fan of the Flash series on the CW, this brings back a lot of memories and things that I absolutely hated about that series. It brings back those memories so vividly that I'm like, if they do this, I'm not even going to watch this. Like, I don't like this going back in time and then changing anything and everything. Totally get that's a big part of Flash when it comes to a lot of things. But that's the sucky part. Like, that is a part that it just causes more problems than it actually solves. And it always makes Flash, if you really look at the larger picture of things, it makes him more into a villain because of the things that he changes than it does a hero. Especially, I mean, you take, the Flash series, for instance. I mean, as far as changing the genders of children, changing, completely killing, Cisco's brother, all of those different things that's happened at one point or another when it comes to going back in time. Letting his mom die so he could be with his girlfriend. That was all what ended up happening when it comes to the Flash series. Having him turn into his own villain multiple times, that is what has happened in the Flash series. I worry that'll happen when it comes to this as well. Let's go ahead and let's read this a little bit. It says the Flash is going to reset the DC extended universe or extended multiverse by moving on from the Snyderverse. This is the latest update to come from YouTube's comic book film, scoop purveyor Grace Randolph. Um, she claims, as many suspect, the upcoming film will be Ben Affleck's last go around as Batman, and Henry Cavill will appear as Superman, but in reused footage seen on the TV. As I've told you with the update, she tweeted, "The Flash is Batfleck's final appearance. Old footage of Cavill used on TV." Now, if that's the case, look, love him or hate him as Batman, I actually never minded Ben Affleck as Batman. I thought in the Snyder Cut, especially, he was great. Um, but if this is the way you want to get rid of the Snyderverse, I feel like there's so many better ways that you could do it. I would just look like a complete reboot if you're going to do this. Don't try to use this Flash movie to reset things. I don't feel like that'll work. Now, as far as using old footage of Henry Cavill as a means of trying to finish his storyline off, I absolutely hate that idea. If they do that, that'll be horrific in so many different ways. I feel like it's disrespectful to Zack Snyder. I feel like it's disrespectful to Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck. If he dies in this movie, all power to him. But as far as Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder, I feel like that would just be just a really kick in the balls when it comes to ending their story when it comes to the DCEU. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's finish this. She added that a new Justice League will be formed. Sasha Callie's Supergirl will replace Cavill's Superman. What? What? Supergirl. Oh, of course they have to do the whole instead of the She MCU, they're having to do it with DC. Great. That sounds great. That's something I definitely want to see right there. And in an unexpected twist, the Tim Burton verse Batman is said to be working with Black Canary, Journey Smollett, to recruit Batgirl as his successor. DC, what are you thinking? If I pray that this isn't the route they're going. It's bad enough you want to use old stock footage of Henry Cavill as Superman. You want to kill off, Ben Affleck's Batman, but then you want to completely and totally destroy Superman and Batman in general by having their female counterparts or part of their team, I guess you could say, as the people that take over for them because so many people want to go out and see a Supergirl film or they want to go out and see a Batgirl film. How did Batwoman turn out? How did Supergirl turn out in the Arrowverse? Not very well. Batwoman especially. And Batwoman should actually be an interesting character. A lot more, I would even go so far as say a lot more interesting than Batgirl, but no one's going to watch this crap. No one is going to watch this. Um, it says this doubles down on a scoop Randolph shared on New Year's Eve, which alleges Journey Smollett would reprise Black Canary in the HBO Max Batgirl film before spinning off into her announced solo adventure. Oh man, we have to go back to that movie. Mm. As disappointing as this is for the Restore the Snyderverse crowd, Randolph sees the bright side. Remember, Babs and Dinah have always been very good friends in the comics. I think Leslie Grace and Journey Smollett Bell will have very good chemistry, she said. But who's going to go see it? Who is this movie for other than people that are on the Twitterverse? That is it. There's just for people that are on Twitter. This isn't a a successful franchises moving forward. If you go down this route, this will end DC as we know it. And they'll just and instead of changing things, I've given up on the fact that they'll try to change things. They won't try to change things. What they'll end up doing is saying fans are sexist or racist or whatever, and we're just going to keep doing this. That's the route that they're going when it comes to DC Comics, whether it's making, Superman get I don't mean horrible things done to him in jail, his son being gay, or so forth, Robin being homosexual as well. All of these different things they've done in just the last couple months. They want to ruin the comics, and now they want to come for the movies. Come for everything that you love in the movies. They want your money. They just don't like fans in general. They don't want to do these for fans. They don't do these movies for fans anymore. It's for their own personal beliefs. That's all this is. It's basically really terrible fan fiction at this point. It's just bad. It says not everyone is on board this pivot by DC Films, and Randolph addressed that without wishing to delve into negativity, reacting to studio decisions. It's absolutely no fun to cover all these upcoming DC movies from a hateful perspective. Oh, but it is actually. It's just too draining, she wrote in a follow-up post. It is draining. It's soul sucking to a certain extent because it's like where Marvel tries to do things with lesser known characters and try to destroy them in that way by making this MCU. Um, but DC is actually wanting to do it with their top brand characters, which makes no sense. It's absolute. And she let's see. So yeah, to give you my perspective, I'm gonna try my best to soldier on. If accurate, the hard to swallow pill of these claims is that the Snyderverse is dead, regardless of the positive spin put on the circumstance by Mikey Sutton of Geeko City. That's not um that's not the bad news for me. Like totally get it. I would love for them to maybe continue the Snyderverse, but that was always going to be a long shot. What they're wanting to do now is just completely and totally wreck everything that we love about DC. Like this isn't just about making bad film. This is about ruining entire franchises. I'm not quite sure I'm ready for that. I'm really not. I'm not quite sure I'm ready to see an end to these characters that are just beloved to me in a lot of ways. Um, to see them replaced by lesser known, just because they're female characters, or lesser interesting, I should say, not lesser known, but less interesting uh, female characters is just not a route I want them to go down. I pray they don't. I hope this is all just a bunch of garbage and that this isn't true. But if this is true, I think we're seeing the end of DC, because there's no way DC is going to be able to stand up to Marvel, because no one's going. No, it's hard enough for them to get people in the seats to see Batman and Superman. They're not going to come to see the destruction of Batman and Superman. They're just not going to. But anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Probably gonna hate it. Probably gonna hate it. DC, I don't know what's wrong with you. I really don't. I think you're taking it to the extremes. I think you're just dooming any chance you ever had to succeed. Any goodwill that you had from fans when it come to the Snyderverse, you're ending right here, right now. And you're doing it on purpose, not even by accidents anymore. Let's make a Bird of Prey 10 by now. That's really what you want. That's really what you want to succeed. That's not what fans want to watch. But shove it down our throats anyways. Anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching. Y'all take care.